me, you're playing Download twice this weekend. It's an acoustic set today, yeah, and then you're doing your full show tomorrow. Yeah. How's it going to be doing? Have you done acoustic sets before?
We have, but not in England. We've never done one in England, and it's, to be honest, we were kind of like, it was a little bit of a surprise that we were going to do that. So usually we just go and play, but now we actually went and sat down at our rehearsing studio and we were thinking, okay, let's not do the same thing as we're doing on Sunday, so let's do something different. And so it's going to be interesting to see how it goes, and if people are turning up, because Fate No More is playing at the same time, and we'll see.
Yeah, that's always the risk with a festival. You think, oh great, I'm on sort of this stage. Oh, but so and so is playing on the other side.
No, I was really looking into seeing Fate No More, and I was like, oh, but I'm playing at the same time. So, yeah.
Well, if we see you disappear off the stage for a few minutes, we'll know where you've gone.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not breaking my leg as Dave Grohl did. I just went to see if
that's going a bit too... But he finished the show. That's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. But I have to tell a story. Michael Monroe, Michael Monroe.
Yeah.
He did a show in Japan, and he fell down like Dave Grohl did last night, and he broke 2 of his ribs. Right. But people can't see that, right? So it's like an injury that you can see. But he also finished the show, but he was taken to the hospital after that. So I do have a lot of appreciation to people like him, just because people have been paying for the tickets, and if you're in any way able to continue, you should. So I
imagine Michael Monroe had to tone his show down a bit, because he's normally really sort of energetic.
Oh my god! He's an accident waiting to happen every single time when he's on stage.
So. And I've seen him climbing up the scaffolding and hanging from railings by his ankles as he plays.
I know. He kind of snaps when he gets on stage. There's no holding back there.
And your latest album, New Day Rising, came out in March. Where did the title come from for it?
Well, unlike people think, it was not a Bob Mould moment. It was a title that Kia came up with for this demo of a song that actually ended up being the first song, New Day Rising. And even though I changed the lyrics and took the actual line out of it, it kind of stayed as the title of the song. And we felt like, we were actually trying to reinvent us a little bit on this album. So we found this, the producer that we thought that could actually take us somewhere. And we wanted to just have somebody, working with us who can bring something new to the band. So we went over to Vancouver in Canada and recorded the album with the same guys who have been doing Biffy Clyro albums, for example. So that was kind of like a new thing for us to make an album outside of Finland. Yeah. So we felt like, okay, let's take this as a new start for the band. Let's kind of at least pretend that we are reborn in a way. And so that was also the title of the album. It just kind of fit, everything fit together in a nice way.
Yeah. And obviously the album got great reviews, went down well with the fans. It must be a relief almost when you actually release an album and you wait nervously to find out if people like it. Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible. It's like you do all this, you make an album and then you have 4 months of waiting to actually hear what the fans like. It's not really that, the people in the press are always going to just look at the whole thing from their point of view. And, for example, in Finland, because we are already up to number 6, we are not a new band that you can rave about anymore. No. It's just like, everything that we've done before is kind of reflected on the reviews and stuff. But when you enter new territories like we did with this album, for example, US, you kind of get like a blank sheet. You get totally new people looking at the band from there, just like, oh wow, what is this? And then you get like a very honest feedback of what you've done. And I have to say that I was surprised, very positively surprised, that the reviews have been more or less all of them like raving and really positive. So that's been, of course, for the band, it's been really encouraging, because we did change things a little bit and we were a little bit insecure and restless if it goes down well.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Whenever a band changes its sound slightly, some people a bit, they don't like change. They'd rather we made this first album 15 times. Yeah.
Exactly. But that's the whole thing. That's the kind of like that's the pit that you can fall in. If you try to redo what you've done before. Like for example, Approach was the album that actually broke us through in Finland in 2006, and we don't want to do Approach number 2. We want to do something that the Approach is a masterpiece. Even if I say it so myself, it's a great album. But we don't want to do that again because it's like it's just kind of when you start repeating yourself, then I feel like that's downhill from there.
Yeah, and sometimes people will say, "Oh, the band's changing sound, they're selling out." I would argue that by not changing the sound and just remaking the same album, that's actually selling out because you're not doing what you want to do. You're just doing what the fans want.
Right. In a certain extent, I feel like you have to know the strength, those things that you are really good at. Yeah. And keep you keep those things on a pedestal, and you kind of like stay true to those things. But then everything around it, you can play around with a little bit, so that you feel when every new album comes out, you have to yourself feel that this is the best we can do. This is the best album we can do right now. And I know bands who have changed their style from funk to goth and to like electro, and I'm not talking that. In my opinion, that's not great because then you're really like leading and just trying to be like on the top of things all the time. You have to stay true to your own sound and your own thing. But within that kind of that scene, you can do a lot, and then that's what keeps it interesting.
And obviously you left the nice sunny weather you had in Finland, and you've come back to the UK, and it's this.
Well, the thing is, like, it was beautiful yesterday. We played yesterday in Finland, right? So we played actually 2 sets, and it was warm, and we were in our t-shirts, and the sun was shining, and then we come from all the way north down to England, and it's weather like this. But it's what it is. There's no use whining about the weather. It's what it is. You can't do it.
And once you get after download, you go back to Finland, and you spend the entire summer playing headline shows and festivals all around Finland.
Yeah. I mean, we wanted to do that because, of course, we have a lot of fans in Finland, and also usually what we do is that when the new album comes out, we try to do as many festival gigs in Finland as possible, and then the next year we are most probably going to do European festivals once again.
Yeah, and it was quite amazing when I was looking through the list, just how many festivals there are in Finland. For a small country.
We're only playing the big ones, right? Most of the big ones we're playing. I mean, there's a festival every single weekend.
It's definitely a country that loves its music and its beer.
Oh yeah. And it's so the Finnish summer is so short. Yeah. It's much shorter than here. It's spring starts only half May, and then you have these 2 months and people go crazy and they want to everybody has their vacation then, and then it's just like a thing that every single small village wants to have their own festival, and then they need entertainment there. So bands are playing.
Okay, that's great. Thanks.